Dramatics, welcome back. So we just finished episode 17. Retribution did come for this bee called Tian-Wan. I am so happy that that was resolved. But the unfortunate thing also was that there was room for a reconciliation between Mingyi and Sanjo, but that did not go the way it should have.
No.
At all.
And a lot of it was just timing, like just by a couple of seconds or minutes, because dealing with her grief, she became a devil. And it's sad because Mingyi is trying, he made a deal with the Flying Snake tribe where Tianwan is from, because he was like, oh no, you're going to be struck by lightning. But then they made a deal. We'll, if you spare her life and try to reshape her essence, we'll give you this Millennium Crystal that will give him the opportunity to bring back her people if he can find the skeletons of her people.
Which she absorbed already when she became a devil.
Which she absorbed. And at this point, like, her mission is, I want the Flying Snake tribe terminated. I want them slaughtered. And because, I understand Mingyi trying to be like, okay, we just need to find the skeletons. I've, used a lot of my energy to make this. We can bring them back. But Sungju's like, that's not enough. That is not enough. My people are gone. Like, they're in me. Right. I've absorbed them. That's not going to erase the pain of what she did. And part of the issue is, in her mind, Mingyi was too soft. It's like, why did you forgive her?
Right.
What was the punishment for the guards that killed my people? What was the punishment? Why are you letting her off? You're a good God. You're trying to be as impartial as you can, but that's not enough to, like, cure this pain that I have. And at this point, she's like, I can't bring my people back. I'm going to find my own way to do it. And I'm committed to this. And it's so sad seeing her go from this really sweet, bubbly person to someone so hardened by guilt and pain and grief. And I get where she's coming from. I don't blame her, because it's like, she still blames herself for the loss of her people, for trusting Mingyi in the first place, for sacrificing herself and putting her people in danger. So she's at the point of no return. And like, they go to the barren abyss and meet up again while she's trying to save her brother. And we see Jizde come back a little bit, and it's like, hey, y'all need to get out of here. Like, it's not safe. And yeah, we find out, his body is destroyed, but his spirit lives on. Right. But it was heartbreaking, like, seeing them reunite in the abyss. And he's trying as much as he can. It's like, we can fix this. We can bring you back from the brink. Just don't, tap into your devil energy. We can fix it. We can fix it. And it's like, no, you can't fix this.
It's too far gone.
And that love is not enough to solve, like, the pain that she's feeling. It's too great. Right. And seeing T1 get her comeuppance was final. It was satisfying, and I like that she focused her attention not on the heavenly soldiers that Tianwan was about to kill, because she took over the heavens. Was like, I run this now, and everybody's not on my side. You're going to get these hands. And they're like, what are you doing? Who made you in charge? First of all, you have been coasting off of your father's name. Your father did those things. You haven't done nothing. Because even they're like, yeah, during the battle, where were you? Right. You're a goddess. Why weren't you fighting alongside us? Right. And they never alluded to what she was doing the whole time. So, yeah, because that was kind of weird. And at first, I thought that was like an intentional, they were so focused on the story that she was kind of an afterthought. But they're like, no, you haven't done anything. Even during peaceful times, you don't do anything. You just follow Mingyi all day. What have you done to think that you deserve to rule? Right. And I'm glad that they called her out. I'm glad that they are, like, against what she's been doing. What makes me so mad is she kind of exposed the Flying Snake tribe to be snakes, basically. They double-crossed him. And I think that's what makes his little trade even more heartbreaking, because it's like, he thought he was doing it as a last-ditch, like, okay, I'm giving you one more chance to do better, rethink what you've done, and live out your life. You won't live for very long, but at least you could spend the last days with your people.
Right.
But again, being double crossed and like, yeah, they're being suspicious. And T1 learns nothing from her mistakes.
Oh, she doubles down to where after she's free from her people from her prison, it's just the fact that Ming-Yi was willing to go to the barren abyss for this like dirty little clam.
Yeah.
And so he is pretty much denigrated in her eyes to where it's like, you subjected yourself so far below me that you are not even worthy of me. I'm like, chick, you slaughtered an entire clan of people for this man.
Of innocent people who had nothing to do with this whole war.
None of this. All because you wanted what you wanted. Like, she's the most entitled person in this entire series. And even more than the devil god. Like, the devil god is like just the epitome of just evil for the sake of evil shit. But it's like, no, she had this with intricate plans in place. Pawns that she moved about the board. Just innocent people to suffering for her own means. And throughout this, of course, she learned nothing in it. And I'm just like, like she was already the symbolism from the beginning about being the snake in the grass, the snake in there eating, and poisoning the tree. And so now with all of that, I'm like, I'm glad that Sangjo, even though she could not, you know, she had told Ming-Yi, the scales are still unbalanced. I still want flesh. I want payback. I want them to die for what they had done. And I mean, not just her, but the soldiers who did it too. Exactly. It's just not enough. And so when she had accumulated, I guess, like all of their stuff, well, even before that, because Ming-Yi had put her brother into the, I guess, into the crystal that he had shaped with his own self, and it weakened him to do it, so that she could restore her clansmen and stuff. But she was just like, I don't want that charity to be the reason why my clansmen come back. I am going to find a way to save my brother. She takes her brother out of the crystal and pretty much just like upturns.
Oopsie.
And like spills it on the floor. But it's like, even though she also had revealed to Ming-Yi, you know, through all this, she's like, now that I'm just filled with regret and vengeance, I have no room for you in my heart. And so I'm like, I also know with like that, I'm like, you're still partial to him because you could have also killed him, but you didn't. You just like put him to sleep to where he can't stop what you were about to do.
Exactly.
So
it's just a whole like, what was that? I kept thinking of Full Metal Alchemist, like the law of equivalent exchange.
Yes.
Like, you can't just think that, oh, I'm just going to get this crystal and bring everybody back. That's not how it works. She went in with heavenly soldiers, people from your crew, and slaughtered my people. So not only is she implemented in this, it's your people that helps in this. So, but for you to let her off so easily with everything that she did, because it's not just, oh, I have beef or whatever, you know, something happened as an accident. You intentionally use a bullshit excuse to justify murdering innocents. And that's what he knows of just with that tribe.
Right.
Like, we're not even getting into like the rural people, river people or whatever that she killed to get that water. And it's like, she has a whole tablet of blood on her hands that you don't even know about, and you let her off easily.
And the unfortunate thing is, again, him not communicating anything, because she hear about all of this secondhand about her brother being tossed into the barren abyss, and that T1's sins were forgiven when she was coming to the impression that she was supposed to be executed. And he didn't discuss any of that with her.
And it was not his place to forgive. That should have been something that he should have put into Sungji's hands. Like, that should have been like something that he deferred to her. What should be the appropriate punishment? Because you're the one that faced the most damage from this. She slaughtered your people. What do you believe should be the appropriate punishment? And the fact that he didn't defer to her. And part of that decision was, I know, because of, you know, his ties with her father and everything. But it's like, okay, that we need to leave that out the window. Like, what she's done, not only annihilating a whole group of people, but now she's disabled the whole balance of the heavens, now implicating our own soldiers into some terrible deeds.
Absolutely.
And how far will it go before she stops?
And that's the thing, like, just the total annihilation of the serpent or snake clan going to be enough, or will she want to go far past that to the point where he had to stop her? The other thing too, that Mingy is also in a other precarious situations. Like, yes, T1 had done this, but Sanjo also had came back and slaughtered soldiers, and there's also rules when it comes to the, heavenly pillars that she's also going to have to seek punishment, and he's trying to wave it off, but it's very precarious trying to be self-righteous and keep everything in perspective for different topics or for different issues. When you have so many people on each side that want a different outcome, but you can't provide that, there has to be like some kind of like equilibrium. And it's unfortunate when the scale is weighed heavily towards the person you really love. Yeah. But you unfortunately can't give them what they want.
Either what they need to heal. And it's like, he's between a rock and a hard place.
He is.
And not to mention being the de facto leader of the heavens at this point. He's the only one that
he's the last one.
He's the last one. So, their future weighs heavily on his decisions. Mm-hmm. And the fact that, again, his own soldiers were part of it that she killed as well. It's like, okay, like that tipping scale, that balance is off.
I'm glad that he knows about everything up to this point.
Yeah, I'm glad he didn't just blindly just go straight in. And he got all his information before making a decision.
And that they were also able to romantically touch base, where he revealed finally that when we were staying in this cabin, I really did want to restart over with you. Like, this is what I've been trying to do. And she's like, it's too late.
Right. Like, she's like, okay, that's cute. But, like, we're past that point. Mm-hmm. I can't bring my people back. And I don't want them coming back on, Taewon's terms. I want it on my terms. I'll figure something out.
And on top of that, it's like, how can I even think about loving you considering what happened? Me loving you caused this.
Yeah.
This is not her to blame because this is T1's choice. But it's still the implications of me seeing you, me falling in love with you, me saving you, you marrying me due to my father. Like, all of these led up to this point. She still feels a part of the blame. So how can you still be with the man and love a man, seeing that loving him caused all this chaos? Mm-hmm. It's hard to go back from that. So that's the unfortunate thing. Like, once the slaughtering of her people took place, there was no going back, regardless of like which path she took. So I guess like that kind of like will tie up this whole story as we come to a lot of loose ends. And I know we're going to get back to some stuff that we had seen in earlier episodes. Mm-hmm. And so I'm not sure if you have connected the demonified version of Sanjo to anybody.
Yeah, because we were talking about this. We're like, oh, that's how Shiwu comes about with her evilness.
Not quite.
Well, I don't know. But it gave me those parallels of like how depraved, how much of a terror I can see in Shiwu. But it's like, oh, girl.
Like, I think because like that's a different element, but what I'm kind of alluding to, and we'll probably get a little bit more explanation in episode 18, is what Sanjo is tied to concerning what Yeshua had gotten, and
the crystal.
Or the world altering jade.
Oh, yeah.
Because she had to talk to the devil. It was her.
Oh.
So.
I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. So, it's like, because you don't see it. It's all blurry. And of course, like, they told the story overall about her slaughtering all these people to make this ultimate, like, hate crystal and stuff. So it comes about that.
And it's in her colors and everything. Mm-hmm. I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking about the crystal that she like kind of produced at the end
for that, yes,
all the flying serpent tribe soldiers that she killed.
Well, maybe that's what will shape into the world altering jade or whatever. I mean, they call it different things on two different platforms, but I think like that's what the ultimate culmination will turn out to be, is this artifact. And so now we're just going to see like how they're going to nicely wrap up. I say nicely. It's been a dirge, but
it's rough. It's so sad.
So what is your speculation about episode 18?
Oh God. I feel like she's going to go after the Flying Serpent tribe and it's not going to be enough for her. I have a feeling like that's just the start of it. And especially when you consider like her heavy, I don't want to say hatred necessarily, but the way that the gods have been implemented and implicated in this massacre as well. Like, why do the gods and goddesses get,
passes?
Why do they get passes? Why do they get forgiven? But a simple clan of clan demons are considered low on the totem pole and
they get the most punishment.
Yeah, and it's like, we did nothing wrong. We didn't bother anybody, but this trifling cow who literally can, has people, armies at her feet on command, it's just, I think it'll, I don't know. There's just so many things. I want to see what happens, once she can get her brother, if she can get her brother back. I really don't know what to expect at this point, but Mingy having to come to terms with the fact that I think she's too far gone.
But of course, like, I think he's still of that noble thing of like, I can save her, and that I would do anything for her to be with her and like, do something in the apology. And I'm like, I already kind of know what's happening with this episode, not in the whole entirety, but I feel like this will also be like the drawing close that we need so we can go forward back to the original timeline to be like, okay, we're going to go and have to do this and this. And especially since, like, I think with this, Lisa Sue will be collecting all the stuff she needs to have because now she got the dream. He's in the ultimate dream. Right. But now she needs to get that teardrop and that the thread formed. So now it's going to be the ultimate thing on her be able to get that
and just
started.
Putting into context like how we got to this point and why is it so important that they need these three things. But yeah, it was kind of sad. And seeing, I don't know, I think seeing you just like deteriorate, like luckily she was able to get her brother back and he was alive at the time that she found him, but you could see the distress, like she was just like at the end of her rope. And I think seeing, Mingy in the barren abyss, that just did not help because he was trying to get through to her. She's like,
just done deal.
Everything I love is gone. And every time I see you, I'm reminded of the mistakes that I made. And it's too, because the guards warned him. They're like, yeah, you don't need to be around her right now because she's too much in pain to be rational about what you're trying to tell her. It's just too painful for her.
And it's like, and I would have gotten that. I still wish he still would have said anything. Because I'm like, the whole reticence of them holding back in the first place and not telling anybody is kind of led to a lot of this stuff too. It's the, as we were saying, like the coulda, woulda, shouldas. I should have said this. I should have done this. I should have went ahead and told her this or told him this. But I'm like, even if all that stuff was spoken and T1 still slaughtered her tribe, she will still feel guilty that they were slaughtered on her behalf because she loved that man. So I don't know. I don't know if they'll ever work itself out. But now I'm also still curious about what is the current day dragon guarding in that shell. What is it and who is it? Because I'm like, we already know that the jade has already been taken from that spot. Because I think it was like resting on that same statue that's above, that was above the dragon. I think that's where the same spot that she had got it from originally in the river. But now I'm just like, what is in there? Will we ever be able to see it? So we'll see. We'll see. So are you ready to see what is happening in the episode 18?
Yep, let's do it.
Well, we're going to go ahead and go on forward and express more of our thoughts.